Now, got it. And I'm going to maybe record it as well to the cloud and share the screen. So floor is yours, Misha.
Thank you.
Let me just take all this out. And here you can
Awesome. So, hello everyone. My name is Misha. Welcome. I'm the head of AI development at ISlife. Artificial intelligence and machine learning development is one of this company's most important projects because we are building the company for the next 50 years. We use AI to automate and optimize operation with 3 goals in mind: increase in operation efficiency, increase in standardization, and inspiring innovation. Today, I'm going to present you our AI portfolio, which has 4 products: the AI Scribe, AI Prior Authorization Assistant, AI Call Center, and AI Research. Our first product is AI Scribe. So to give you a background information, a scribe is someone who summarizes and documents a conversation between a doctor and a patient during a clinical visit. So we want to automate that for 2 reasons. 1, human resources is valuable and we want to put them to good use. Liberating our teammates from repetition will not only make them focus more on the patient-facing aspect during a patient interaction, but also free them time and energy to do more inspirational and innovative work with the help of the 4th product, AI Research. The second reason is that we want to enable modular deployment. We are in the phase of rapid expansion and we want our other locations to reach the same high standard we are right now with as little time as possible. So with our motivation in mind, the use of this product has 5 steps. The first step is to acquire a recording between a doctor and a patient. This can be done by either using a doctor's cell phone, the computer in the exam room, or a meeting from a telehealth visit. After we have the recording, the AI will listen to the recording and produce a transcription. We tune the model so that it accounts for accents of our providers and our patients. So, the third step, after we have the transcription, is to append some important but unspoken information to the transcript, like the location and time of visit. Because imagine you go to a doctor, you don't expect the doctor to say, today is June 23rd. We are in Burnsville, Minnesota, and blah, blah, blah. You expect the doctor to say, hi, how are you? How can I help you? So through this step, we append that information silently. The 4th step, after we have the appended transcription, is for the AI to summarize the conversation into a well-formatted medical report. And the 5th step, the final step, is for the doctor to review the medical record and make necessary changes. Now I'm going to make a demonstration.
And for the demonstration, you are using actually one of the patients I saw 2 days ago in Kansas.
So you are in Kansas.
And it was 21st. But that's fine.
So here you can see a bar running. That means the AI is listening to the audio and making a transcription.
What I need you to know, though, if you listen to that conversation, you cannot make much out of it because of the noises and so on. It's amazing that that the AI can listen way more than any of us.
May I play a little clip?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna play like 30 seconds.
You can go forward. Mr. McLean, I'm bossing like this. Actually, I'm going to just make sure that my assistant is online. Let me know.
Well, I can hear like random noises. So this is the conversation, and the AI has now listened to it. And now we click generate. And copy. Put it into
Medical
somewhere.
record is done
Some-
from that conversation.
Someone's printing this out for you. Like
So
at the moment.
this is generated right now as we are watching it, and somebody is going to print this out and bring it for you, so you can review it now. Go ahead.
Okay.
And this is the 16th run, or
16. So
explain what that means.
okay. So I think that's pretty awesome, but it's our 16th version of the model, but it gets better from this point. Our AI is able to learn from past practices. Like you see, the 5th step is for the physician to edit the record. So AI knows what's being edited and can feed back into its training algorithm so that it updates itself. We do this by writing a software that records every patient's visit in the exam room. This with patient's consent, of course. And at the end of the day, literally end of the day, 11 p.m., all the computers in the exam room will aggregate the recordings to a cloud location. And on the other hand, grab the perfect formatted medical record from our database, concat them together into a JSON-L file and submit for fine-tuning. So as time goes, we expect better results being produced and fewer human interventions required. Our second product is AI Prior Authorization Assistant. A prior authorization is a process which the insurance company authorizes a medical procedure prior to it being carried out. And this is a difficult and complicated task because different insurance companies have different policies for different procedures. And those differences are small. They are generally the same, like you need to show these kind of symptoms to be consented for this procedure. But if you miss their game, they're going to deny your request. And as a result, we spend more time waiting and appeal for that patient are in more pain, and we're not utilizing our resources. So we created an AI to look through every document in an application form. So that the AI will have a confidence score for this is medical record, this is imaging, this is impression, this is findings. And it can red flag anything that it deems missing. For example, we submit a packet of documents to any insurance company and the AI say, hey, you might be missing the most recent lab result, and our prior auth team can act accordingly. We are in the process of upgrading our file system so that ultimately we want AI to fetch the files on its own. That's pretty neat.
Okay,
It is.
Misha, so
Yes, sir.
one thing that I want to mention about how critical this prior auth system is. Okay, so there's been a track record with the biggest commercial player in Minnesota. I don't think mentioning the names, but the most names, where we submit for a surgery. And they only have this, there's a law in the state, they have 5 days to respond. Okay, they reflexively deny. Reflexively. So 10 out of 10 times when we appeal, which they have 90 days now to review, it's overturned. So my first question to my people was, why aren't you submitting all the information that you submit on the appeal in the initial request? Oh, we do. Okay, having a tool like this gives us the ability to truly document this activity, so to speak. And I mean, quite frankly, I'm thinking like a lawyer, but class action lawsuit on behalf of the members of Blue Cross Blue Shield in Minnesota, because their payer, to whom they pay, every month, their premium is delaying much needed care. So I'm already using this in my mind to craft that. Thanks.
Yes, of course. Thank you for clarification. Our third product is AI Call Center. Every day we receive hundreds of calls from patients and potential patients, and about 80% of them are repetitive. They ask things like, can I be treated? Or like, I'm feeling this, is this normal? When can I take a shower? So we want to automate that because they are repetitive by nature. And we have more than 1,200 patient testimonials, whereas Dr. Abbasi explained to the patients things that they might ask. And we have an AI to loop through all those videos so that when they encounter a similar question, they know how to answer. And this call center AI is able to speak like a real human, like we are far advanced. It's not gonna be like AT&T bot or like Wells Fargo bot that really annoys you and play you chilling music. So that's the third product. Our fourth product is AI Research Assistant. So this one is fundamentally different from the previous three because it utilizes unsupervised learning. So a supervised learning is where there is a right answer. There is a label. Like in medical record, there is a correct way of doing it. And we want the AI's output to be as close to the target as possible. So you train it and train it and train it. But for unsupervised learning, there is no such target. We're telling the AI to go look for patterns and go look for anomalies on your own. Let me give you an example. Suppose we have a variable, patient height. How do you describe it? You're probably thinking, well, I'm going to put it in a histogram and see the distribution, see the standard deviation, and draw some conclusion. And if I see some patients that's 10 feet tall, then there might be a mistake. If I see a cluster of patients that's 10 feet tall, it means either we have a systematic failure or we evolved. I don't know. That's
Well, looking at Dr. Nata, I think we evolved.
Let's now add another variable, weight. We put them together. How do we do that? Maybe we have two variables. We have two dimensions, an XY plane, and you can see the data probably scattered in a circle or an upward trend eclipse. Because the taller you are, usually the heavier you get. And suppose we add a third variable, like surgery time. And now your data is not in a circle, but in a sphere, an eclipsoid, or a sphere. But if we start to add more variables, it's difficult for our human brain to understand what that means. But it is mathematically trivial and very easy for the computer to understand. So what we're doing here with this unsupervised learning is we add random but meaningful variables into our patient. We select random but meaningful variables and we vectorize them in a certain way. Well, a lot of things can go into this, like normalization or transformation, but we vectorize our patient. And by calculating the distance, Euclidean distance between the patient vectors, we can cluster them into any number of clusters. And then we can ask the simple question, why? Why is a cluster like this? Why is a cluster over here? So these are the questions that triggers research, that inspires free inquiry. And one use case that we're doing right now is we're using this unsupervised learning to refine our inspire-spine multidimensional protocol. The multidimensional protocol is our protocol that decide whether a patient goes on certain paths of treatment. This is made with decades of experience from our surgeon, but we are using unsupervised learning and 10 years of data, around 20,000 data points, to validate and refine this protocol so that our surgeons in Minnesota, in Texas, in Kansas will follow the same unified approach to spine. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you all very much. And just to throw an
That
Easter
was
egg.
very inspiring. Go ahead.
Just to throw an Easter egg, the presentation is made by AI.
Okay, great.
Really?
Yes. So, but we are not done yet. No, actually, the very important part of our AI project, and I'm really proud of that as well, is going to be presented by Amanda. So, Amanda, I'm going to just get out of this presentation and get to your presentation. So please, floor is yours. Which one is it again?
That one.
This one?
Do you want to stop sharing?
No, I want to. So is that the double click here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I think I have to push something like,
512.
Yeah, this one?
No, the one that says slideshow.
Okay, here we are. Yeah, I think you can just push the,
Hi,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you and happy you all arrived safely. My name is Amanda Armagost. I'm the director of ISlife. As Misha stated earlier, ISlife is a business of the future. We are disrupting the businesses of the last 50 years. Throughout my 3 years working here, I've had the opportunity to follow thousands of patients throughout their journey. I'm going to show you two of my favorite cases. I do want to warn you, the first one is a little bit emotional. This is Mary.
I didn't want to live. I thought of suicide a lot. Sometimes every minute of the day, you know. It just, my life was just nothing, you know.
just what I would walk in.
Right, I didn't, you know, and I was taking a lot of pain medication and it still didn't stop it. I didn't know that my depression was so much related to my pain.
Yeah.
Yes, I still have some faith, but you know, they
Nothing
are
like it was.
just being,
What is,
it's just a pure miracle.
And Mary's story is not uncommon. Actually, it's something we see almost every day here. Another thing we see almost every day is patients who are told by other surgeons that they can't be helped because of factors such as their weight or their age. This is John. John saw 3 other surgeons before he found Inspired Spine.
The first one that went to told me no, that my BMI was too high, which, you know, one big deal, that's a bunch of bullshit. Second one gave me a 45-minute schooling session on dieting and weight loss, never talked once about my back. The other one, they just said me flat out no, because the area is too unstable for my other surgery, so they won't touch it.
And we were able to help John with a procedure that takes only about an hour. With procedures like this, it makes me ask myself, why would anyone choose anything else? Which is why we've developed OMPA. The issue isn't that there's a lack of information out there, there's a lack of advocates. OMPA is a cutting-edge artificial intelligence patient advocate tool that can be 1 million patient advocates all at the same time. But what does this mean? What is OMPA? OMPA explores and engages with online communities discussing back pain, seeking advice, treatment options, and help. OMPA will raise awareness of Inspired Spine and will communicate with patients in a natural way to let them know about their options. By searching online, you can find thousands of forums related to back pain. On Reddit, we have Our Back Pain, Sciatica, Spine Surgery, Ask a Doctor, and Ask Reddit. Facebook has hundreds of groups dedicated to this topic. I wish I could communicate with each of these patients individually, but I simply can't, which is why we've developed OMPA.
well, thank you. Well, I think we should wrap up the didactic part. And
We have the city here actually for.
okay, so I'm going to come over. You guide us
No.
right now. Okay. That couldn't be more straight than that.
So,
Okay.
here you go.
Well, if somebody wants to get a refreshment or drink or something, I feel everybody, and we are going to have our